Um, you know, I think today, obviously, definitely want to, just I pray that everybody continues to pray for Damar and his family and everything else, and just to see that hit the other night and just see him, drop to the ground. It was devastating to watch because that could be any of us. I know we've played this game since we were young. I know we've played a lot of college ball, high school ball. I know fans watch us every week and cheer us on. They have their fantasy football and they have all their, and us as players, we watch every week, every game as much as we can and watch film and everything else. But you never really think about it, you never really imagine one hit could possibly take your life away. And watching the guys on the field and how they all just got together in tears and praying, and just it shows you one, we can't take this life for granted, and this game for granted, and these moments. And I'm glad his family was there, his teammates and everything else. But it was also good to see that all the players came together. Both teams. From the quarterbacks and Burrow and Allen to all the other players across the board, and just see how community and how our country can come together in moments like this. It just shows you what we can do if we do it all together. And just prayer does work. Every prayer, every kind note, everything that we can do, it encourages. And just praying that he can just overcome it all. Don't necessarily know his status right now, Damar's status right now, but I know that he's getting a little bit better. And we can't stop praying, we can't stop cheering, we can't stop rooting for him and his family and the Buffalo Bills and what they've gone through. Obviously, sitting there and his teammate and everything else. So this game is a physical game, and a game that every time you step in between the white lines, you never know. And that was definitely hard to watch as a player, as a dad, to have 3 kids at home and to see them watch it too, is heavy. And so I'm just glad that he's still here with us right now, and praying that he just overcomes it all.
Russ, how hard is it to compartmentalize or move on? Go back to the tip package in camp, and you don't just move the drill because of how devastating it was and what it means to the team. But the expectation is at some point you guys have to move on. So how hard is that to process it and keep going?
Well, I think in this game we all know that injuries are going to happen, and this game's a physical game. But, I think people always say that, you'll die for this game and everything else. But when it's really life on the line, like we saw the other night, and, somebody's heart stops, it changes your perspective even that much more. And, life is so much bigger than this game. It's this game is important. It's significant. It's something that we all care about, and it all brings us joy. But it's also not the lasting thing. That's I believe Damar has a child too, and everything else. Those things are what matters most. And so just to experience that, to watch that, and I'm just glad that he's okay.
How have you seen his fundraiser explode here over the last few days, and you and your foundation both donated? Why was that important to you to be part of that?
Well, it was anytime you see somebody in the brotherhood of football, and anytime you see somebody go through what we saw the other night, you want to try to find a way to make a difference. And listen, there's so many people that have made a difference. Just people coming together. I mean, to donate, to help, to just even the people from the Bengals waiting outside, just to cheer him on and hope that he's okay, the fans. And I saw an image of the Buffalo Bills fans and the Bengals fans, just locking arms and praying and lighting candles. And those are the things that go such a long way. And hopefully anything that me and C and our foundation, Why Not You Foundation, could do to help. But there's so many people that are doing so much good in this moment. And that's who I believe we should be. As a country, as people, as community, as fans, as players. As whatever. It's not necessarily always about the resources. It's really about the time and what you can do also as well. And there's been some amazing people just that, like I said, the fans just waiting outside and hoping and cheering him on. And I think that goes a long way, especially for his family. I think I saw his uncle talking. I believe it was his uncle talking on TV, on ESPN, I believe, or whatever. And for his family to be there, I'm just glad. I thank God that his family was there for that moment. To at least, I think his mom rode in the ambulance with him. And this game is you never realize, but these what ifs, they're real. Now you understand it and see it, and I've never seen anything like that before. So that was definitely devastating.
Russell, you mentioned family. We talk to you guys when you have a teammate that goes through something serious. We hear, but we often don't see that the families behind the scenes. As somebody's dealt with injuries, I've seen teammates deal with injuries and have seen how their families react. Or what is that like for families to go through? And obviously, the situation is a little different than even those.
Yeah, I mean, this game, like I said earlier, it's one of the greatest gifts in the world. It brings you so much joy as a player. Your family, it brings you joy. It brings the fans joy, and sometimes sadness too. It brings all the emotions. That's what sports does. Sports brings this ridiculous, radical, amazing feeling of joy and all these different levels of emotions. But I also think too, what it does bring is sometimes pain. It brings sometimes loss. It sometimes brings injury, and we're, as us players, we're humans just like everybody else. We have a special talent to play the game of football or basketball or soccer, whatever it may be. But we do have children. We do have moms and dads and brothers and sisters and loved ones that we may lose or something that may happen. These things we all have to deal with, just like everybody else. And sometimes it makes it even harder because everybody's watching you. And so just to see Damar being able to overcome, just seeing everybody rooting for him, has been really empowering to watch.
Russell, how will you go about the process this week of processing what you saw and how you're feeling, and then preparing yourself to put on your helmet and your shoulder pads and go play the same game that you got hurt playing?
Yeah. I had a former teammate, Ricardo Locke, get hit one time, and he was one of my favorite players to play with. How hard he played the game, how much he gave to the game, and it was a punt return, and that was his last play. Other players that I played with, and then you see Damar's situation. You just never know, and that's why every time you step on this field. That's why every time you come out here to practice or whatever, you got to enjoy it, and through the highs, there's some amazing highs in this game that I've experienced, amazing highs and we're going to experience here too as well, and everything else. And then there's some lows too. And then there's real life stuff that we go through that we all deal with. And, I've lost my dad before, it's real life stuff, and it changes us and challenges us and molds us. And, it's like we're all like clay, it's always kind of, sometimes there's some dirt in it. Sometimes it takes a while for it to mold the right way. And life changes in so many different ways and circumstances. And, so when you get to put your helmet on and get to put your shoulder pads on, what I've learned is that every time you put shoulder pads on or helmet on, do it with great joy. And don't let anybody ever steal that joy from you when you're playing this game. And so, to be out there with your teammates, I know when you watch the game, that's why you see these guys, these grown men experiencing so much emotion, because it's real. It's life on the line, And so this game is a special game. It's a game that can go in any moment by any particular hit, and that's why we have to cherish every moment. And I'm just glad that his teammates were there, and glad that everybody could lock arms together and pray together, and just those are the things you think about.
Two more for Russ.
Russ, you talked about keeping that joy. How have you been able to keep that joy through this season, which has been the most difficult one for your career so far?
Yeah, it's a great question. How do you keep joy in the midst of storms? I think the first thing that that really happens for me personally, and everybody's different, but for me is my faith. You know, you go through so much. Like I said, you lost your dad. You go through relationship stuff. You go through seasons of life. You go through all the different things that happen, highs and lows, having little and having a lot, to having, you know, just all the praise to everybody, you know, tearing it down, whatever it may be. Those things always happen, and it's the journey of a career. It's the journey of experience, the journey of trying to be great. It's the journey of togetherness. It's the journey of highs and lows. It's this journey of life. And what I found is that I think about consider it pure joy when you go through trials and tribulations, because it's the testing of your faith that builds perseverance. And my faith is what builds my perseverance. It's the ability to have joy in the midst of pain. It's the ability to have joy in the midst of your heights. You know, God is the God of the mountains and the valleys. And, you know, when you get to have amazing teammates that you get to work with every day, that put the work in, and you get to see their joy and they see their work ethic, that brings you that much more. And to me, this game's about love and passion for what you get to do. It's about servitude. It's about God giving you the grace and the ability to play the game that you love and to spin a football, you know, however far you get to, you know, throw it and run around and run for a touchdown or two, or, you know, make a guy making a great tackle, or, you know, just watching a guy like Justin Simmons make a great interception in the end zone like the other night. You know, those are the things that, like, man, to me, that's God, and that's great work ethic and great teammates and great just togetherness. And so it's that's how you keep your joy. You know, you keep your perspective and knowing that there's going to be better days ahead. And no matter what, you know, I'm going to give everything I have every day. And when you do that, you know, you have great confidence because you've had a lot of great moments. And sometimes you've had some lows. But all I know is there's going to be a lot more highs than lows. And that's what I look forward to every day. That's why I look forward to coming in here and working with my teammates every day and going to battle and going to work. And there's so many great days ahead. You know, we really believe that.
Damar got hurt. I don't know, rattled the whole league. Did it bring you guys closer together?
Yeah, I mean, I think we all were in the locker room talking about it, you know, and texting about it and praying about it and group messaging about it. And just, you know, when you get to see a guy that, you know, we even got to see him in preseason, what a great player he is. And you know, it encourages you and challenges you too. And it encourages the group because, you know what, we gotta keep talking. We gotta keep praying. We gotta keep praying for him. And there's just so much there. Yeah. Thank you.
So I wanted to ask you about the coaching situation.
Yep.
Do you see a role for yourself, or do you want, in terms of finding the next head coach, and what do you want in the next person as head coach?
Well, I think first of all, I know Greg and George, you know, they're going to do a great job, and the executive team upstairs, they're going to do a great job of finding a great head coach. There's some great options, obviously. There's a lot of little amazing coaches and brilliant people that have been really, really successful coaching the game, and, you know, gone to Super Bowls, won them, been to them, and, you know, been at the highest level in whatever facet that may be. And then there's also some brilliant minds too that are younger as well. There's going to be I know they're going to do a great job in the search. For me, it's whatever way I can help if there's anything. But they're going to do a great job. They got a great team of people, and I think what we desire and what we want as players is we all want to win. You know, we want a winner. We want a person that's going to encourage us and challenge us at the same time, push us to the furthest to the edge every day, and also teach us, you know, how to be better men every day too, and all that counts, you know, and all that counts, and we're excited just to play this game this week. You know, there's so much ahead, there's so much great ahead, and so much to look forward to. But as we know now, it's like, you know, just enjoy today. You know, enjoy today with such great joy and peace and love for this game and for those around you. And so I know they'll do a great job, and this is a great job. I mean, this is a great place to be. You know, I didn't realize there was 300 days of sunshine here. I didn't realize that. I knew our fans were great, but just the energy of the city has been special. I know it hasn't been our best days, but better days are coming. And when we get on a hot streak and when we start winning, and hopefully we can win a ring or two or more, it'll be even that much sweeter. So yeah, I think that this is a great place to be. We've got some amazing players in that locker room. Man, just even at practice today, there's some plays that were made today that you're just like, man, these special guys, man. These young guys are building up. The vets are looking really great, and it's just coming together, And I know it's a little late, but hopefully we'll start early next year. And so we got to have a great offseason, all of us, and it starts with me and just everybody else. So, I love you here, and it's going to be special, and I'm looking forward to whoever that may be. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.